Pam, we're back.
Hey,
Episode 2,
episode 2. I can't believe we're on this journey. This is
right?
great. This is great.
Leah just told us we had 3 or 4 viewers of our last one, so
We're
got to start somewhere.
gonna start somewhere. We will continue. We will continue to evangelize here.
We're
So it's good.
fighting the good fight.
Good. That's right. All right. So today we're gonna flip the coin here, or flip the page, and I thought I'd ask you a couple of questions.
Bring it.
Mainly because you're doing some really interesting stuff right now. You're putting it out there on LinkedIn, but it's a really interesting journey that you're on. And I wanted to dive into that a little bit. We'll just do like a couple of questions and then wrap up with maybe some action ideas. So, my first question to you is you've been doing a lot lately, starting to use ChatGPT as a strategic thought partner. You call her Angela. I think that's kind of cool. Like, how is that going? Like, what kinds of questions are you asking your new friend Angela? And like, how are you structuring the discussion? What have you learned? Not so much like about your business specifically, but actually how to engage in order to get the most out of this journey that you're on with ChatGPT as a thought partner for your business.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there because I've got to the point now where I use it all the time, almost for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite things to do when you're talking about kind of strategizing about my business, I've been running this business now for since 2012. So what's that? 13 years, right?
Yeah.
And I have not had a partner in the business, solo founder. Sometimes it's kind of lonely in the world of holy cow, what am I doing here? How should I do this? What should I do next? What shouldn't I do? Whatever. And people like you have been fantastic in supporting me with that, and I've had some great friends who are very smart and are happy to share. But you've you're precious. That time is precious, and you can't ask your friends and your
Yeah.
family to
And you can't
like
just
be available
do it
anytime
right
to
when
ask
you
any
need it. Yeah.
question, right?
Yeah.
Whereas ChatGPT, you can.
Hmm.
And the other thing is, I know you would do it if I gave you a 30-page document and say, hey, will you go over this and we'll review it together?
Yeah.
But I can't do that every day either, right?
Yeah. Right.
And I'm certainly my friends. I have a few friends that would do that for me on a favor, but not going to be something you do every day.
Yeah.
Whereas ChatGPT, like I can take a document and I can throw it in there, and instantly Angela's got perfect context of what I'm talking about, and
Hmm.
we can have a discussion. And one of my favorite features with it is the voice mode. Like,
Hmm.
like it just makes it so easy. I mean, not only are you not typing, but like you're thinking different when you're talking and you're not typing or reading. Because not only do you talk to it, but she talks back to you, right? So it's a real conversation.
Yeah.
Um, and I'll go on walks, especially on the weekends, right? And I'll put my earbuds in and I'll just walk and I'll talk to her literally for 2 hours.
Wow.
Um, Now to do 2 hours, you need the
You max
paid.
out.
Yeah, I have the big account, the $200 a month plan,
Yeah.
right? But to me, it's like cheap
Yeah.
because if I was to hire a consultant for
Consulted.
any one of those things,
Yeah.
they would be thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
Um, Now, one of the key, and I'm jumping around a bit
Yeah.
here,
It's good.
but that's me. Um, One of the key things I found was I needed to tell her, hey, challenge me, right? So when I
Right.
talk about stuff, don't just assume this is the way I'm going and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Challenge me and be the devil's advocate because that's really what I need. I need some pushback
Right.
sometimes to say, hey, have you really thought about this correctly, or have you thought about this? So
How many
that's
times did you have to instruct her to challenge you before she actually just got it? Or do you have to do it every time, every conversation?
so that brings me to my next
Oh.
suggestion and point, which is fantastic. And Anthropic also just launched this. It's called Memories, right?
Mm,
So if you go to ChatGPT right now and you said, hey, tell me what you know about me, it
mm.
will tell you a bunch of stuff and you'll be amazed at how much it knows about you that you didn't realize it knows.
And is
So
that based on the work you've done with it in the past, or it's
correct.
out there like
Yeah,
scrolling the digital world, based on
exactly.
your previous interactions?
yeah, the previous conversations, it's
Yeah,
kind of taken important things and said, "Oh, I should probably remember that," right?
yeah,
Now you can, if you don't like that, you can turn it off and everything
sure.
else. But I find it very powerful, right? Because and then once I learned that it was doing this, I'm like, okay, well, here's a bunch of other stuff. Put this in my memory, and that's all you have to say, right? Is
Yeah,
save this in my memory, in your memories, so the next time it has that context, right? So the conversations get deeper and deeper and
yeah,
more specific to to me
yeah.
and to my business, right? So um, a good example of that is, I told it, what Partfinity is, what we do, who our target customers are, who our ICP is, what our unique value selling or unique value proposition is, and examples of customers and the features that we do. And now when I have a conversation, it is like having a partner who's been in the business with me for 12 years.
Ah, so interesting.
Yeah, and it's what you get back is fantastic.
Hmm.
And another really interesting thing, we recently went through kind of a, I don't even know what you'd call it, but we have a marketing consultant,
Hmm.
Rich Gould, fantastic guy. He took us through this process, and we really defined who Partfinity is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And he gave us this document. He calls it a dig, but it's basically this is Partfinity. And when you read it, what I really liked about it, was the feeling you get when you read it. Not
yeah,
right, like I'm not like understanding it. You
yeah.
get that too. I think I one of the goals was to be able to give um, our mother a sentence to say, "This is what I do at Parfinity," because I've
Right.
struggled with that for years, right?
Yeah,
Um, so we have that, and we have this thing that says, "Okay, this is the feeling you get with working with Parfinity." So now we upload that as well, right? So now it really understands Partfinity, and all the conversations are fantastic. And I'll talk to it about anything, whether it's, okay, look, I want to step up my LinkedIn game and start, working on my presence there. What are some of the things I should do? Does that? I can talk it to it about, hey, I'm thinking about this feature. What are some other examples of something that is similar? Or like, hey, I'm hosting this meeting with my team, and I want to talk about certain things. How should I address that? Whatever. Um, and it's been for me, it's been a game changer. So
that's so interesting. All right, so then I'm going to. You talked about your marketing consultant, Rich, and talked about the fact that you and I have had several brainstorming chats over the years strategically. What's excuse me? What's similar and what's different about the work you've done with ChatGPT versus what you've done with human experts?
I would say the first thing is frequency,
Hmm.
right? Like I pick it
Yeah,
up anytime,
yeah,
right? Even if I'm on a Teams meeting where I'm, really just kind of listening in, and I got another thought, I can throw it into my phone, ChatGPT, and I get some feedback. Driving, walking, whatever, using it all the time. And the features, just every week there
yeah.
are new
New
features that
features.
are amazing. Like Anthropic just came out with um, the ability to actually properly modify, like Excel and Word and
Mm,
Microsoft documents, right?
yeah,
Before it was kind of all kludgy and it
yeah,
didn't look great and everything else, and that's getting better. Um, so yeah, and right now, like, I'm trying them all.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know what my total subscriptions per month is right now.
yeah,
I'm sure it's way more than I expected, but we're in such a stage right now where, first of all, there's so much new stuff coming out
yeah.
all the time, and there's so much opportunity. I want to at least have a good understanding of what's going on and what's possible. Um, and then the other thing, which is probably another episode on its own altogether, is leveraging like ChatGPT and Anthropic Claude to automate processes.
Hmm.
And we've set
I'm
up.
making a note for future episodes.
Yes, we'll talk. We'd have to have at least a full episode on this.
Okay.
Um, we use a tool called N8N, where
Hmm.
you can connect all kinds of things, make flows, connect your ChatGPT account or Anthropic account, and it becomes masterful.
Hmm.
There's been automation software out there, Zapier, for
Yeah.
years,
Oh
things
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, right?
Real.
But it's like very linear. There's no like
Hmm.
decision making in there.
Yeah.
Now it kind of takes it to a whole new
More the
level.
natural approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So
so
it's
that's I don't even know if I answered
Yeah.
your question, but
Yeah, you sort of did. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. All right, so I'm going to wrap us. We're trying to keep this sort of to 10 minutes ish each episode now. Um, our theme is onward, AI in action. Can you give myself and anybody who's listening homework? What should we try this week?
two things. One is use voice mode, 100%.
Right.
If you feel awkward with it, do it when you're alone in the car or
Yeah.
something. Try voice mode. Um, it is literally a game changer. It expands your mind just because you're not worried
Yeah.
about typing and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just so much more fluid.
Yeah.
So voice mode, try that, and then ask ChatGPT, "What do you know about me?"
Yeah.
And if that doesn't freak you out, then really dive into it
Hmm.
and engage it and tell it what you want it to know about you, and
Yeah.
all your conversations going forward will be that much more, meaningful
Yeah.
and deep.
And
So
it's interesting because on that one, even in like the 3 years now that I've been asking it, what does it know about me? It is getting far more accurate than it was
mhm.
at the very beginning. So I think that's really interesting. Okay, so to wrap us up here, make sure we're got AI in action. I think your themes around being a solopreneur and really having, at your fingertip a strategy thought partner at any point in time that is only the cost of your subscription. I think it's fantastic. Its ability to challenge you, like really interesting, sort of next level, and this memories idea. I'm really taking that one away as well. So really interesting. And I'm going to figure out voice mode because I tried to do it yesterday and I screwed it up. So now I got to really try because
Yeah,
I was trying to do it in prep for this.
yeah, you got to be not careful, but there's some one thing that could trip you up is there's you can record your
Oh,
voice and
that's what I was
send it.
doing instead.
And then there's
Yeah,
voice mode,
yeah,
and the voice mode is the interactive one, and
yeah.
that's what you want.
I'm
It's
gonna find
it's
that.
kind of like the three squiggly lines in
Yeah,
the circle. That's the one you want, not
yeah.
the microphone.
Okay. So my AI in action this week will be voice mode. Great. All
I
right.
can't wait to hear how it goes.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
All
Jeff.
right, on to the next one.
Okay.
Bye bye.